This is a review for another audio editor for Mac called Triumph. It is a little bit different than most I've reviewed before because its interface and the way of doing things are a little different, and also it doesn't record. You don't record into it like pretty much all editors do. You have to have a pre-existing file to begin with that you open up to edit. As you can see here, you have layers. You can create layers like a master layer. Here's a layer that it created because I opened up a file. Then you have your waveform and your navigation there. You then have here some tabs. So at the moment it's on assets, which is basically a list of files that you have imported. Then you have assets, which is basically plugins like audio unit plugins and VSTs. So you can see I can get to my Acon digital restoration suite here, Apple's audio units that come built into the Mac, and also other ones such as any other ones I have installed, such as any by like Wave Arts or Waves or whoever, including Dialogue. Now I can't see it here, so you can always search Dialogue, and there you go. There it is, ready to use. Then you have next is shapes. So you can scroll through them, and there are a lot there, including ease in and ease out and all sorts there. You then have labels, such as your markers, your regions, your slice labels, various labels here. And then you have actions. Actions are some of the built-in sort of actions and stuff, and not the plugins, such as save all renders and downscaling to different sort of formats, or upscaling or saving, normalization, such as normalize all the layers to minus 0.1 there, or just 0 decibels. General normalize and speed and pitch here. And then over to the right is similar again. You have some layers here. Then you have properties, such as album, the album artist, and the artist, the category, the chapters. Basically, it's kind of like your ID3 tags here, such as your copyright, your title, what encoder it was, because I didn't create this in this program. Like I said, you don't anyway. So it's showing what program I used. Then if we go here, we have analysis, then we have renders, then we have burns. Up here you have your standard rewind, fast forward and play, and then you can pull that down to tick some other labels, things like that there. Then you have your time information here, and you can change the type of format that it displays from there as well. Then you have add or create or add new assets. Then you have show playback options, and you have manual, start at selection, skip selection, selection only, loop, things like that for the playback. On stop, you can either do nothing or move straight back to the beginning of the file. MIDI on pitched slices, hit done. Then you have analysis, and as you see, it's analyzing right now. To the right here. There we go, it's analyzed. Whoops. Then you have show varied speed control. So you can vary the speed here or reset. Then you have volume control. Same sort of dialogue. Up here you have your about box, licenses to license it when you buy it. Open one of the additional tools, or preferences. Let's have a look at preferences. You can turn on auto save from here. You can open effects either in a window or pop over. Pop over I believe is default, and that's what I use. Undo, unlimited undos, or the only last 10 undos, or you can actually disable undos. Pre-roll length, post-roll length, analysis, analog simulation, you can tick or not. When adding new asset, add to new layer, and you can untick that if you don't want it. You can install AppleScript library there. You can enable Smart Edit Anti-Click, and you've got some options for it there. You then have project options, which is very basic there. Your commands, you can adjust your commands, load and save presets for them. You can change the labels for the different colors from there, color schemes there. And MIDI, if you have a MIDI input, you can enable it there. Select the port and the channel. Output, you can select your output device, such as in this case, built-in output. You can configure it, which basically just brings up your built-in sound configuration options. In this case, on Mac, that is called Audio MIDI Setup, which actually has nothing really to do with MIDI. It's basically like sound preferences in Windows. Let's close that. Anti-click, you can stop and start tick boxes there. Then you actually have accounts for uploading straight to SoundCloud or Dropbox, which is quite handy. I think it's a good addition. Under File, you can open and save a project, import your file, such as your WAV file or your MP3. Render from here, you can actually import and export a Final Cut Pro XML file, which is quite handy. You can create a new workspace, duplicate the workspace settings, which is very basic here, just automatic for channels, or you can select such as like 7.1 or even 10.2 surround. And then you can apply a ruler and grid offset here as well and give it a name. And then there's a compact option. And edit, it's all very basic sort of options that you would expect to find, such as undo, redo, delete, new layers, special characters, very standard edit dialog. Then you have view. You can hide your toolbar. You can even, which is good because some programs you can't for whatever reason, and this you can customize your bar. Then you can hide workspaces and then show it, which is here. You can also go to sources, show and hide things there, show and hide content, show and hide details such as labels, time units, depth units such as 16-bit, 24-bit, decibels, enter full screen mode. Actions, here you can go to process. This is where you can change the gain, do normalization, speed and pitch. You can also create an iTunes playlist from here, add various render markers, and do those sort of render settings such as render workspace and save all renders and or send all renders to Dropbox or SoundCloud. Script is opening Apple script folder. Normal window dialog. Help is just to get to the user guide as in iBooks or as a PDF, get to their support or go to the welcome here. Welcome is where you can view some screencasts or open user guide. You can subscribe to a newsletter from here as well. Okay. Now, you don't really have many tools here for things like a compressor, an equalizer, things like that. That is a pity for a program like this, which is reasonably pricey. It's a little bit on the expensive side, I feel. I would like to see for a program that costs that as much as this does, I would like to see more features such as an equalizer, a compressor, some like low cut filters and things like that. You can, however, if you want to use this program, you can go to effects, and if you have any installed, such as even just Apple's, you can get to their parametric equalizer and add the parametric equalizer here. Then you can bring it up. Once you've brought up the parametric equalizer, you can make your changes, such as going to something like this. This might be a bit extreme, mind you. If you have presets, you can get to them from here as well, just like you would in any other program. As long as either you have some third-party audio units for these sort of features, such as an equalizer installed, you're fine. Or if you can make do with the few that Apple gives you, and they do give you a few of the basic things you would need, like a low pass filter, low shelf filter, a parametric equalizer, a few more types of equalizer, and a multi-band compressor. As long as you have some sort of presets for those things and that's all you need, you're fine. So let's have a look down here. You can select an area, play it back, select it, right click, you can remove it, crop it, splice it, cut it and copy it. Up here is basically navigation. Then you can sort of remove from here as well. However, it does seem to have noise reduction, which is quite good, in the form of a third-party plugin. And it seems to come with it for very basic noise reduction. That is really good. I would like to see it, however, not down here in hidden under the effects. I would like to see it on the main menu bar, but it does have it. You can enable declicking, set a quality and the amount. Then you can go to dehum, see if you need any there, declip. Let's see if we need any there, and denoise as well. So if you're looking to do noise reduction in this program, go to effects, search for either restoration. These are some other ones I don't think it comes with, but that I have pre-installed. But either search for IZ to find it, or restoration, then drag it up here, and that's how you can do some noise reduction from within the program. So what do I think? Well, personally, it's not really for me. I don't like its way of doing things, and it's the interface. However, because it is so different, when a lot are very copy and paste from each other, this is very different. So you may find, if you try it, there is a trial available. If you try it, you may find it's exactly the type of interface and way of doing things that you prefer. So I recommend that you go download a trial and check it out for yourself and see what you actually think. Like I said, I would like to see a few more features such as a compressor, an EQ, and low cut filter, things like that. And it would be handy if it had a record button so you could record directly into it and didn't have to open a file that you created in another program. So thanks for watching. Please like and share this video, and if you could do me a huge favour and subscribe, as it only take a few seconds and will help me out a lot. Thanks.